Welcome, guys, to the podcast. Obviously, this is our Monday morning motivation episode where we will be talking about everything to do with motivation and how to crack on with your week in the right way to be able to get the most out of your week. Ultimately, is the biggest thing. Jake, would you like to share any wise words of wisdom this morning?
I wouldn't say I have any wise words. It's quite early in the morning yet. Still need to wake up. My eyes have this weird fog over them. I tried looking at my phone screen this morning. And I was like, yeah, no chance. Wise words. Funny enough, you say that. Obviously, do the group PT sessions in the morning. Had a lady in this morning, and this just shows you how much mental capabilities that people need. Or no, some people need. We were doing our squats this morning. She was doing her squat. She was at 50 kilos, and the week before that was her top set. And I was like, right, sod this. So, literally in plain view, put on an extra 20 kilos up to 70. And she saw me do it, but obviously didn't realize how much the weight was. And then she did it, and she was fine. She was like, oh, so that's 50 kilos. And I was like, no, sorry, that was 70. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, it's crazy what you can do if you put your mind to it, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
So yeah, that was my
Yeah, bro. Like that was Sarah, wasn't it?
brilliant lady. Call her Batman now. Call her Batman because every single time that she does her squat, she puts her hood up like this.
Love that. Love that. Right. So, guys, what we want to touch on today then is how to be able to keep yourself motivated. So, going over with that side of things, a lot of it comes down to mentality, right? So, ultimately, at the end of the day, like, where is your mental state at when you start the week? Generally, most people are in a negative state to start with because it's a Monday, right? And obviously, start of a working week. People are probably relaxed over the weekend, and you're changing that vibe, and you're going from being relaxed to being stuck in straight away. There is no small transitional phase. I don't think anybody wants to slowly transition into their Monday on a Sunday. So the biggest thing really is getting comfortable with being uncomfortable is what I wanted to talk about to begin with. Understanding that, like, necessarily, now this conversation with someone this morning, being uncomfortable and doing what you feel like doing isn't always the best way to approach things. Sometimes how you feel is not actually the reality of things. So, again, using Sarah as an example, Jake this morning, come in feeling like you're a specific type of strength, you're at a specific type of fitness, and that's how you feel. That is not actually what your body is actually able to do. And a lot of that comes down to not only physically, but mentally as well. So if you get stuck into the week, one of the best things that I found to do is to start off with the most uncomfortable tasks straight away. So if you get them done and out of the way, as much as it's hard to do, I don't want to do them. It's like admin straight away as soon as I come in. As soon as the first task is done, you build this level of momentum for your week where you're like, well, I've done the hardest possible thing I could possibly do. I mean, you sort of become a little bit of a crack addict to it because you're like, I've solved this one thing. It's made me feel really good. And if I solve these other things now, surely I'm going to feel exactly the same way. Next thing you know is your Monday has been massively productive and you've just succeeded at pretty much getting the most work you could possibly imagine done at the start of the week. Then the rest of the week is a breeze from there. So Monday kind of dictates how your week goes, right?
Really? 100%. Yeah, definitely. I always get very inspired by the people that come in at the 6 o'clock class and the people that are in before that because they're like, right, they've had the weekend to chill out. Most of them have the weekend off, and then it's like, cool, right, first thing we're going to do is put ourselves in an uncomfortable scenario at 5:30 in the morning in the freezing cold and get a good training session in. And it's like, cool, I know that these people are going to have a good week now because they're in early doing the uncomfortable stuff whilst everyone else is, getting that extra couple of hours in bed. So very admirable. If you can get in early and do stuff, you can go out of your comfort zone and get it done, then do it. Because then the rest of the week will just be, it will be easier.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And I think a big thing as well is to just become. Sorry. Oh, I was unmuted. I'm unmuted. I am unmuted. Um, one of the biggest things that I wanted to say there was actually just being comfortable with doing the work as well. Just understand that a lot of life is behind a paywall, and that paywall is getting past that uncomfortable feeling in the morning. It's a bit like when you pay an electricity bill or a tax bill or something, right? You're like, oh, fucking hell, I really don't want to do this. And then you do it, and you're like, "Oh, well, at least it's all sorted now." It's exactly the same on a Monday. You just want to get in, get something done, even if it is if you're someone that performs way better in the evening in the gym, right? Even if you get out in the morning, you just do your cardio on a Monday morning. It's easy as doing some steps. That's still going to benefit you positively over just being there in the morning and doing nothing. Because the first hard thing you're going to have to do then is get to work, and then all of a sudden you're doing stuff that you don't want to be doing, or potentially it's monotonous and it's harder than it needs to be. As long as you just do something, as much as getting outside and getting your coat on and going for a small walk for 10 minutes will naturally benefit you and actually carry over to work, and you'll be more awake, you'll be more alive, and naturally you get stuck into it a lot more and get those tasks, those horrible tasks, done faster. So just remember, life is almost behind a paywall to some degree, where you've got to get past that paywall, and that paywall is you feeling uncomfortable on a Monday. So that leads me to the next thing, which is setting up your week for a successful week, which is all about meal prep and things like that. Jake, do you meal prep on a Monday?
I meal prep at the end of every day. I get my first 3 meals done. So then when I get home, all I've got to do is have my dinner and my last meal, and then I'm done. But I get my meal prep done at least 2 hours before I go to bed, just so I've got some time to chill out before I go to sleep. So yeah, I get meal prep done all the time.
Yeah, so with Jake does it the night before. For most people that are getting stuck into their fitness journeys, then doing it the night before on a Sunday is always good, right? Stick something on television, pop into the kitchen, find the easiest possible way to cook it. So sling your chicken in an oven and just leave it for 20, 25 minutes, put an alarm on your phone, etc. Rice cooker, absolute game changer for anybody that goes through packet rice like no tomorrow. You could just sling a load of rice in a rice cooker, pop some water in there, leave it, and just let it just cook itself, and it will just ping when it's ready to go. Then all you need to do then is pull that meat out of the oven and grab the rice and pop it into Tupperware boxes, sling it in the fridge, it's ready to go on Monday morning. For me, I like fresh food personally. I just get up really early. So I get up at like 4 a.m. But that's me. That's a habit that I've decided to sign up for. If that's not sustainable for you, it's not the best way to approach it. For me, it's like I like getting up early because I feel like I've got a head start on the day and I've got so much to do. So actually getting up early while my meals are cooking, I'm generally making like content, or I'm getting ready for the day, or I'm doing admin work. So ultimately, it's all about finding what's right for you, but being prepared is very, very good. And a lot of people make meal prep out to be this like really, really like burdening thing that's like, oh, it just messes up my whole day. I don't have time. Meal prep will just allow you to get more done in your day, period. And I have so many people in the past that would tell me, meal prep, oh, yeah, no, like, I just don't have the time. You going out to Tesco's and grabbing a meal deal and then coming home and spending an hour in the kitchen, and for breakfast, spending 45 minutes in the kitchen for one meal. To be honest, you're wasting a lot of time there that you could be utilizing somewhere else. So, like, for me, because I got my lunch done, I'm literally like work, and then I'll pop a meal out, I'll pound it down, I'll work some more so I can be done early on time, or I can be ahead of everybody else. Generally, I've never done early, but I know that if I've cracked on throughout my day on a Monday, I'm 12 steps ahead of the person behind me when it comes to going into my Tuesday, right? I always like to think of it as it's like a race of getting through tasks in a week, and I like to feel like I'm first there. It's a good way to put it. But you want to be prepared. You always want to be prepared, and it should not detriment your life. If anything, it should enhance your life. And if you've got kids, okay, meal prepping is perfect because it basically means that if you've got your dinner ready, you can go home, you can cook a meal for your kids, but also you don't have to cook for yourself. So you can spend a little bit more time being present with them, and you don't have to worry too much about food at all. It means your singular focus when you get home from work is on your family. If you've done your gym session in the morning, or you've gone from work to the gym, you've already got a meal ready. You hit your gym session, and you go home, and if you don't have kids, you've got a partner, you can just go home and you can just literally watch a film, or you could spend some quality time with your other half. So being prepared and being organized is the main priority.
It saves you a boatload of money as well. Imagine getting a takeaway every night. Imagine how much money that would waste you. And then doing your food shop
Honestly.
once a week, sorted. Like, it's crazy. And then I made a video about it not too long ago, actually, on my Instagram. And it's like people say that, like meal prep's boring. It's like the only thing that is boring about meal prep is how much time I have afterwards to do nothing, because it's all done. It's all done. You ain't got to worry about it throughout the day. But yeah, meal prep probably one of the best things for you. Probably one of the best ways to start your week as well, because then you know that like all you're set. You're set for success. For success, no matter what, because all your food is there for you, and all you've got to do is then just train and then eat. So you're fine. So just get that done. Definitely a useful way to get the start off to a good week. Good week. Get the week off to a good start. Sorry. Okay, now words, man. I'm tired.
Mate, it's worrying that you've taught 2 group PTs this morning. You're still this tired.
I know. There's about 3 people injured downstairs right now. I'm joking.
That's awesome. That's great to know. It says the guy who runs the gym.
There's not. I promise.
Choose your words, brother. Choose your words.
They're not injured. They're dead. They are dead.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, right, yeah. So that's a good way to approach things as well, guys. You got to think about, like, I was talking to one of the members this morning about meal prep, and she was like, "Oh, I've actually gone away for the weekend." And I messaged the people that I was going to stay with, and I said I was on this diet plan, and they were really supportive. So they allowed me to meal prep while I was down there, and they supported me with going out and doing steps together and stuff. And I said, okay, cool. So how did that make you feel on a weekend? Do you feel like you just felt better? Did you feel like you could get involved in more? And she was like, honestly, throughout the whole day, she was up early. She had loads of energy. Then she was going out and she was dog walking, which she never would have done before. And also she just felt more alive the whole day. No bouts of weird, like, I need to go have a nap or anything like that, which meant she was more present for the people around her. So ultimately, if you want to be a high performing person and you want to, like, be able to be present for situations in life, it's very important that you stick to your diet, right? Because your food ultimately will dictate your energy for the day. And a lot of people go by cravings. A lot of people base food off of like how they feel after the immediate 15 minutes afterwards. They always say that, like, the most unsuccessful person will be the 7-day person, which is like, how will this affect me 7 days down the line, right? Whereas the successful people are like, how will this affect me 3 months down the line? So they're choosing to make decisions based off of what they're going to feel like moving forwards, and that carries over into diet, because it's one of those things where, okay, cool, 15 minutes after a meal, like a cheat meal or something, you're going to feel good because you just had a craving that's just been satiated. But now the byproduct of that is you feel bloated, you feel crap, you feel tired, you feel lethargic, which means that there's about 2 to 3 hours of your day where you're going to feel like shit. Whereas if you actually just made that sacrifice for that immediate comfort and you chose food that your body actually likes, it actually really appreciates it, all of a sudden for the rest of that day, you've got more energy, you can be more lively, you can be more like yourself, you're in a better mood, and you don't have to feel like shit. So try and go by how you feel, not by what you want, if that makes sense. And base your food choices off of that. Even if you're not on a diet plan, you're just tuning in for a bit of advice, I would always go by that.
It's like with anything, though, isn't it? The more you stick to it, the more comfortable it becomes, and then it becomes less weird for you. Like, I don't know how many people have looked on the outside into your life and gone, "Oh, why do you eat the same thing every day? Do you not get bored?" And it's like, no, because I quite like looking good, and I'll never get bored of that. And there's a lot of people that will be like, "Oh, this is a lot. This is a big shock to the system," which, yeah, no doubt it is, but got to look long term. Like you said, look 3 months down the line, not next week. So, yeah, be open minded about it, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. And going back to the motivation side of things on a Monday, what do you, Jake, use to get you in the gym on a Monday morning feeling good? What's your get started for the day protocol, let's say?
Okay, one thing that I think drives me to get out of bed that early on a Monday is just, I mean, you've been there obviously all the time. You just thrive off of seeing other people do really well. So I think it's the thought of coming on a Monday morning being like, fuck me, it's really cold, but I'm going to be surrounded by a boatload of people that want to push hard and do well. So that's what gets me up. In terms of getting up myself, I probably get up like 5:15, maybe, scroll on my phone for a bit until my eyes have, woken up, and then we get out of the house. There was a period of time where I'd walk to the gym, but I would just drive to the gym, get here, and then when we start the day, then I just focus on the people that we've got in the gym and just push them, watch them succeed. Like I said, help them out where they need to. And I'll go back to my point at the start. I am so admirable. The people that come to the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning could never be me. I am not a morning gym bunny. I'm an evening guy, but yeah, it's very admirable. That's what definitely kickstart my week, and it's very good. It's very positive.
Man. Yeah. Whereas I am a morning gym guy. Now I am, anyway. I think for you, obviously, it's great that you've got the opportunity to be thriving around other people. If you aren't given that opportunity,
Mic's off.
the mic's on, bro.
Yeah, I know your mic's on, but it's not coming through your mic.
Eh?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Did you want to talk while I'm sorting this out?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Lewis has turned into a morning gym person. We used to train with each other, now we don't. It's really sad.
This is coming through, bro.
It's like really activated. I can hear myself.
Bro, it's literally coming through my mic.
I can hear myself in your mic.
Well, right now?
Yeah, when I speak, it comes through.
Is that not just because it's on?
No, because it hasn't done that the whole time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, what about now?
There we go, it's better.
Better? I was like, what the hell is coming through my mic? That's so strange. So it's not echoing now? No. All right, okay, cool. Jesus Christ. What a smooth transition into this Monday morning podcast. Yeah, man. So like you said, like for you, you're not a morning person, but you're more of an evening person. That's cool. Again, guys, if you are like that, that's absolutely fine. I would suggest starting. So like Jake's got a priority of getting to the gym early, and even when he's not here and has to be taking the sessions, he'll still come to the gym early and sit down with me and do stuff. And I think that's really important. Yeah, is to just crack on with your day straight away as you get up, because how you start your day is how your day will inevitably end. For me, I am a morning person, so I tend to get up at 4 and I'll be at the gym for like half 4, 5, and I'll get my session done in the day. If you're someone that's really busy, like for me, I've got a lot of stuff to do, a lot of people to manage, and a gym to manage as well, and a lot of admin work to do. I like to just get my stuff done early, because then that means that for my personal side, I almost imagine it like this: if everybody else is asleep and I'm doing my personal stuff, it means that when people are awake, my singular focus is on other people and making sure they're happy. So ultimately, it means I'm giving that like little bit of free time in the morning that allows me a little bit of personal grace to then make me the best possible person in the day when it comes to looking after my staff, looking after my coaching clients, looking after my gym members, and looking after my gym ultimately. So that's how I like to approach things. However, at the moment, I would say, if you are someone that is not, again, someone that's going to perform well in the morning, then just switching to the evening. But just like I said, going out for some steps in the morning is a good way to start your day. So what was I going to talk about next? Motivation, how we can drive to get a lot done on a Monday. I suppose, really, Jake, I was going to ask you, what is your wise words of wisdom for someone that's starting the Monday morning? They're not feeling good. They're not feeling in the best possible shape, and they don't feel like they want to start their day, or they feel like they're just going to like fuck it off for a week.
I mean, you're just like prolonging the inevitable, really, aren't you? That you're never really going to get started, which is kind of like, I don't know, really. It's hard to say, because for me, I just tend to get up and just do it because I feel like I have to do it, or I need to do it and just get it done. Otherwise, I don't feel fulfilled. I don't feel fulfilled in myself. For people that are struggling, again, it's just getting out of that bad habit. And the second that they do that session, or they do that meal prep, or they get up early and they do them steps, they'll go back home and they'll be like, you know what, this isn't actually bad. It's not actually as bad as I thought. And I think it's just getting into that habit of just getting up and getting it done, really. How you relay that over to someone can be through either like motivation or just shouting in their face and telling them to move their ass. Again, depending on how they respond. But for those that find it difficult, again, you are just prolonging the inevitable, that your health will never improve, your habits will never improve, therefore the confidence in yourself will never improve. So if you can just get past that first day, then after that, you'll be pretty good. It's always just that first little hurdle you've got to get over.
And to go back to the analogy there that you just mentioned about I mean, ultimately, how you start your day will inevitably be how your life is gonna go, right? And I saw this thing, and it's like it's an Instagram like viral thing at the moment where it's like time passes anyway, time passes anyway. So ultimately, I love that because I love those reels because it's like people ask how I did it for 6 months, and then their response was, "Well, time passes anyway." It's like, well, I actually that is valid, right? So time passes anyway. So how you start your Monday will dictate where you are 6 months from now. So if that time is going to be passed anyway, why not spend it proactively doing something proactive in the morning? And yeah, you have to sacrifice being in bed a little bit longer, or you have to sacrifice a bit of comfort for the time being. But in 6 months' time, when you're, I don't know, let's say 30 pounds lighter, you're on holiday and you feel the best you've ever felt. You're in like a vest or whatever, and people are coming up to you being like, wow, you look incredible. Actually, you've just spent that time the time has passed for them as much as it has for you. You've just been proactively making good choices, which means the outcome for you is you're still going on holiday. They're still on the same holiday as you, but you are in the best shape you've ever been in, and you feel good because you've utilized that time. And I've personally done stuff before where I've just almost gone, you know what, I'll just not bother this morning and so on and so forth. And I've still gone on holiday and I felt okay because gym is like a habit of mine. So I still would have gone to the gym, but I wouldn't have been as on my meal prep. I wouldn't be as on making sure I'm doing the right exercises, as on progressional overload in the gym. But the times where I have actually been on top of stuff, when me and Maddie have inevitably gone on holiday and I know I've been on it, I know I feel good because I put the time in, right? So I'm like, well, you know what? As I'm walking around, even if I look in the mirror, I'm like, I don't like what I see. I can still go in my head, well, actually, every single morning I've got up, I've done the gym, I've done my diet, I've done my meal prep, which is more than 99.9999% of the world would do anyway. So naturally, I'm probably just in my head because my expectations are so much higher of what most people's expectations are. I know I look good to the majority of people. So what am I fucking threatened about? Because I've done everything I possibly could to deliver a positive or the best positive outcome for me right now. And therefore, that's led to me going, Lewis, get the fuck out of your head. And then I've gone on holiday and I felt amazing because I've actually gone by the figures rather than how I feel in those moments. So if time passes anyway, why not use it to proactively look to better yourself? And that doesn't just carry over into fitness, it could carry over into your business for who you work for. If you're a sales guy, why not get up in the morning and do some cold calling? You know, you get more sales. If you're on a commission base, you get more commission. Ultimately, it means you have more money. Or let's say if you're someone like me and you're self-employed, why not get up and do some admin? Why not be like 3 steps ahead of everyone else that is self-employed because they can't be fucked to start work until 9. So why not get a social media post done? Why not promote your business before 9 when everybody else is getting up to get ready for work and they're all on Instagram doom scrolling? Is that not the perfect time to be proactively pushing your business, whether that be carpentry, if you're a plumber, if you're a gym owner, even if you're someone like, you know, you own like a aesthetic studio or something like that, is that not the right time to be in front of people to be able to get them to book in with you or to be able to promote your business a little bit more? So I think in any way, if time passes anyway, use that time productively. And that's not to say you can't spend 2 weeks on a holiday chilling out for a little bit, but use the time in your year where you know you should be working on a Monday morning to get up early and do something that actually proactively delivers the outcome that you really want.
Amen. Amen. Be proactive. Get stuff done. Just do it, as Shia LaBeouf would say. Just do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It is mad though, isn't it? Because I think that volume is key for a lot of people. It is volume, not when it comes to the gym. You know, you just need to get done what you need to get done. But ultimately, when it comes to life in general, the more you can do, the better the outcome. So, like again, if you go back to like work, the more work you do, the better the outcome. Generally speaking, um, the more you work on your relationship, the better the outcome. The more you work on yourself as a person, the more you work on developing life skills, the better you are as a person. So ultimately, yeah, just it gives you an opportunity if you get up early and you get started to do more.
And then come the weekend, you are chilling. You are literally chilling, get all
Mhm.
your stuff done throughout the week, and then you can either choose to work even more or you can just relax. But you've got that time, you know, you've almost banked that time for family, friends, etc., doing stuff that you want to do. So just getting it done. If you want to be successful, just get it done. Get it
And it
going.
feels good, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Like even going back to the training side of things, it
Yeah.
just fucking feels good when you hit the weekend. You know you've done your bit.
It's just
Um,
that sense of accomplishment, isn't it? It's that like,
yeah,
oh, okay, cool. I know I've done stuff to do, and I've got very little worries.
you have absolutely zero guilt as well.
Yeah,
Like zero guilt because you're like, I've done everything I need to do. That's one of the beautiful things about being on plan with us, right? Is that actually with your plan, we give you exactly what you need to do. If you've done all of that by the weekend, then you don't actually have to do anything else. So you're maximizing your output, you're maximizing your result.
yeah. You are literally just you've done everything you need to do. Basically, you've ticked all the boxes, which is great. I remember I had a couple of days sometimes where I'd come in here and I'd go home and I'd be like, I could have done so much more today, and now it's kind of like, okay, cool. We just need to get it done. Again, like we're not glorifying because some of the work is a bit like it's a bit sort of like roll your eyes jarring sort of stuff, but like there's going to be a portion of that in any part of your life, really, isn't there? That again, you just have to get through it. The quicker you can get through it, the better it is on the other side. So just get it done. Get it done.
Yeah, man, 100%. And uh, by the way, Jake, I think you need to mute your mic because it's echoing quite heavily. Nice. Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that I think as well that people can take away from is the idea of, and touching on this, is the idea of actually sacrificing a little bit, like sacrificing time in bed and sacrificing maybe a little bit of personal time outside to be able to succeed at what they want to do, whether that comes to the gym, maybe taking an hour of your evening to spend in the gym, because generally most things come with a sacrifice to some degree. And I think that for me personally, like again, that sacrifice of an hour of my time in the morning where I could be actively just chilling in bed, that sacrifice is only on me, right? It's not on anybody else. So I prefer to get the gym done early. So it means that when I finish work, I can go home and spend time with my dog. I can spend time with Maddie, and I can chill. Um, I think when you're sacrificing time in the evening, if you're not a morning person, obviously, if you are someone that has kids, I would highly advise to train in the morning because ultimately, again, it gives you more time to give back to your kids in the evening. But even if it is something that you're willing to sacrifice, it's not a big sacrifice because if you get your gym workout done in enough time, that then proactively, the net positive of that is yes, you have lost time with your kids, but ultimately the time that you are spending with those kids, with your kids, it is actively just going to be better because you're healthier, right? And there are so many people that start this gym and start this journey where they're like, I'm actually doing this so I can at 55, at 60, be able to run around and play football with potentially my grandkids. And I think there are a lot of people, even living in Trowbridge, and it's fucking rife in Trowbridge. There are a lot of people that have arthritis in their 40s because they haven't managed their weight well. So they're walking around with 100 pounds of additional weight on them that has put stress through their joints for the last 10, 20 years. That is paid off, that sacrifice is paid off with them having joint issues. So sometimes having that little hour to take away from your family to then give them back more quality time after that is good. But there has to be some level of sacrifice on some front, whether that be your own comfort or whether that be taking away a tiny bit from other people to be your best around other people. And it goes back to that analogy, right? There was this thing a while ago when TRT became a thing, and it's been disproved now. When TRT became a thing, there was this kind of like speculative thing of, oh, okay, if you take TRT, it could potentially lower your life expectancy by 5 years, right? Is what they said back in the day. It's been disproved now. You actually live longer, but that was what they said. But the amount of people that were signing up for TRT anyway, because they knew that having optimal hormone levels actually allowed them to live a better quality of life. So it's better to live I'd rather live 75 years with better quality and 5 years off and live to 80 feeling fucking miserable and probably having 25 of those years not being able to move, being miserable, being grumpy around people, being horrible. And I don't think anybody ever wants that. So again, it's that time you take away from your family, but to be able to give them better quality time after that.
How many times do you hear people say, "Oh, I don't want to go into a care home. If I ever get that bad, then just kill me off." Like, how many people do you hear say that?
Yeah.
So yeah, completely agree, man. Would rather live good quality than just long. And again, like you mentioned, like people with arthritis and stuff, it's like the gym has got so many more benefits than just looking good. Like, yeah, that is sure as a byproduct, but you will just be healthier. Like your health markers will be better. Obviously your diet's better as well. Your priorities are better because you're prioritizing your health over like alternatives. Like, I don't know, sitting on your ass watching telly or like playing Xbox or something. I don't know, whatever. So like, there's so many more positives to the gym than just looking good. And a lot of people, they don't really take that into account. If you gave someone a list of all the positives that was wrong with the gym and then all the negatives, they probably look at the positives and go, oh, it's actually worth it. But they see that effort that goes into it, and then that's what sets them off. That's what sends them away. That's what makes them go, oh, you know what, I don't want to do that, because it's the effort that it requires. But that effort that you put in gets all these positives. Why would you not want to just do that for like a year? And what is a year in the grand scheme of your life? Because by a year, it won't become effort, it will become good habits. So then it will slowly start that transition. And I don't understand why people sort of like steer away from it, because they see the effort side of things.
It's because it's hard, bro. People don't like it because it's hard. Like that's the reality of it. People,
I know.
it's obviously challenging, and then people are like, no, I don't want to challenge. And you're like, it just goes back to the whole comfort thing, yeah? Like, life is behind a paywall. Like, yeah, sure, don't go to the gym. You can be comfortable in that moment, but that doesn't mean you're comfortable for the rest of your life. And ultimately, you have to get in the fucking gym to be able to. Our bodies were built to move. They were built to move. Like, we were built to hunt. We were built to escape predators. We were not built for desk jobs. We were not built for sedentary lifestyles. So ultimately, when people were like, I've got lower back issues, I've got knee issues, I've got elbow issues, that's not because you've actually exercised too much, it's because you've done very little with this period of life that could be the last 10 years, which means that now your body is responding with like, we have degraded our joints because of the choices you've made. So now we're going back to what we should be doing. Our joints and our ligaments and tendons are not ready for this load. So that's where you have to manage someone into it a little bit more. But again, for most people, that's not the case. You can pretty much just get stuck in the gym straight away. But a lot of aches and pains and things like that come from actually not going to the gym as opposed to going to the gym, right? And I think that's, again, I've dealt with people before that have quit the gym because they're like, oh, my lower back hurts or my elbows hurt and stuff when I do this thing. It's because of the lack of frequency of you doing this thing for 20 years. Your arms were meant to bend, my guy. Your your knees were meant to flex. You were meant to actually move about a hell of a lot more than what you have done for the last 20 years. And it's a use it or lose it situation. And sadly, the biggest signal over the last 20 years has been lose it. So, of course there's going to be some bite back. So the good thing is, if you don't have those aches and pains yet, even if you do, you can work around them. But if you don't, now is the time to get moving before they start to set in. And doing exercise and moving your body is hard, absolutely. But your body was designed to do it. It was built to do it. It was built to be able to move and survive in a much harsher environment than where we are now. It's just sadly, again, culture-wise, we are built now for comfort, and you're preached that from birth, which is like, you're going to go to a hotel. I want the 5-star hotel. Okay, that's fine, but it's all about comfort. And actually, in reality, when me and Maddie went to America, right, as a prime example, me and Maddie went to America. I was, this is quite funny. It was our first big holiday, and I'd saved quite a lot of money for it. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to treat Maddie. It's the first time she ever went to Disney, and I paid for it. And I was like, I want to take her out there because it's like a lifelong thing. And, it's a life goal of hers. And we went out there and we were queuing up for our seats. So I was like, well, excuse me, miss, how much is it? This is to the attendant checking in our bags. How much is the business class seats? And she was like, well, I'll be about £1,200 each. And I was like, Yeah, fuck that. But equally, I'm like, we're all going to the same destination anyway, right? We're all just going to the same destination. We're gonna be on the plane for 9 hours, but inevitably we're gonna be in Disneyland, Universal Studios. If you have the income, fine. But the destination is still the same. Can I cope with a little bit of uncomfortableness because I'm quite a tall person with lanky legs and probably will have to squeeze my legs in? Yeah, I can do that if we're all just gonna if it banks me 2 grand and I can just be a bit uncomfortable. The outcome is still the same, right? I'm still gonna go to Disneyland. I'm still gonna go to Universal Studios. I'm still gonna give Maddie the holiday. So I'm all right with it. And ultimately, again, it's just getting used to being uncomfortable sometimes, just for the result. Because ultimately, you have to experience that to get to where you want to be. And nobody likes really flying unless you're going first class. Nobody really enjoys it. I think if you had the choice between a 5-star hotel on the floor, on the ground, and being in the air, traveling around, going up and down, and turbulence and stuff, you choose the ground because it's more comfortable. But ultimately, the uncomfortable thing gets you to where you want to be. So, using that as an analogy, I suppose, is a good way to go about it. But if it's challenging, it's worth doing. Yeah. Nothing in life worth having isn't challenging.
How long is it actually hard and uncomfortable though until it becomes enjoyable? Like for me, when I started really properly heavily focusing on the gym, it was like 2 months of like, oh, okay, this is actually quite a lot, and then after that, it was kind of just like, oh, this actually feels quite good. So how hard? How it doesn't last that long being hard for me anyway. It's not hard for that long before it actually becomes enjoyable.
Is that not part of what makes it fun as well, though?
Exactly. Yeah. So people see like I don't know, a year-long transformation as like this hard, grueling process that's gonna like kill them off, and it's like, well, no, because about a quarter of the way, probably less into that, you're gonna start to find it enjoyable and fun because you'll start to see results. You'll get a little stronger. You'll get leaner, and you will have your health will improve, and then you'll actually see it as like fun as opposed to jarring.
I think it's a badge of honor as well, isn't it? Like, when we go to bodybuilding shows, like me and Jay go to bodybuilding shows and stuff. We have clients that do bodybuilding shows. We've done it in the past. Um, Again, for us, I don't know about you, Jake, but personally, when I see someone sort of on stage, right, and they're shredded, like we're talking shredded, peeled. For me, part of it is like, yeah, cool, they look sick, but the other part of it, and the other coaches there, we all kind of like do a sort of look around. We all sort of acknowledge each other to be like, holy shit. When someone's like next level peeled, we understand the pain and the graft that's gone into that. So it's like admirable that you've managed to get to that point because we all understand how uncomfortable that is to get there. So you get this next level, almost like badge of honor if you can get really, really peeled because that is incredibly challenging from a mental aspect, training aspect, all of it. And I had a conversation with a really high level coach about 2, 3 years ago. And when I first got on stage, man, dude, I worked so unbelievably hard for that, right? I got down to a body fat percentage where I have not been there since. That was the leanest I periodically have ever been, like unequivocally, right? That is the leanest I'd ever been. I could breathe and you could see veins moving around on my abs. And I remember having a conversation with the coach. I sent him some photos. He was like, "Bloody hell, mate! Like that is shredded." And I was like, "I know." I could barely even walk the day before because the body fat on the bottom of my heel had gone. And he was like, "So what was the outcome?" I was like, "I came second. They told me I was too lean," and I said it like gutted. I was like gutted, right? Because it's men's physique, and sometimes being too lean doesn't pay off, especially back then anyway, because they wanted a little bit of a softer look, maybe not so much now. And and he was like, "Nice." And I was like, "What do you mean nice? I didn't get first. I was close and I didn't get first." And he was like, "Nah, because bodybuilders, when you're told you lost because you're too lean, we want to look freaky, right? And is that not them saying you look too freaky? In a way, that's kind of like a win." And I was like, "Yeah, probably. Oh, yeah, okay, actually, it's a different way to look at it." And I was like, "Actually, yeah." And even he was like, "Dude, like, it's a lot of respect to be able to push that far because a lot of people wouldn't even get that far." And yeah, for me, it was the hour and a half of cardio at 3:30 in the morning, and then the hour and a quarter of cardio at nighttime, and the 2 hour training session. I think I got a PB on my squats 2 days out from my show at like 200 kilos. just on sheer coffee and like adrenaline and pre-workout. Like it was absolutely zero going through my bloodstream bar just pure stimulants because that's what I needed to get through it.
And faith and prayer.
But again, the outcome of that was me. Honest to God, like I was so proud of myself for accomplishing that. The weekend afterwards, when me and Maddie were in London, I was so happy. The most happy I've ever been. Because for me, it was like I know I proved that to myself. I can do it. But also, this person that I'm with, Maddie, has been there the whole time. She's like, for me anyway, and I've never really spoke to her about it. I'm like, I've made her proud because she's seen the outcome of what just pure dedication, how like dedicated I can be to making something work. So that means if I was to carry this level of dedication into every aspect of our life afterwards, whether it be us having kids or me turning up in those harder moments in our relationship, etc., like she knows that I'm going to put the work in if I need to. So I was proud of what I stood for as well, right?
Yeah, as you should be, man. As you should be, 100%. And it is insane. Obviously, maybe we're on the extreme because of bodybuilding, but there is this level of like, holy shit, that's me, sort of extreme freakiness, and it's like cool, man. And it is like you said, you know, bodybuilders especially, and people that have gone through insane transformations, they sort of, that is a badge of honor because it's like, you know, you can tell someone that you do something every day, right? And sometimes they'll never know if you actually do it. Whereas if you tell someone every day that you're going to the gym and you're working your ass off, eventually over time they'll see that and they'll be like, "Oh shit, this guy actually follows through with his words," or like this, you know, lady's on it. Um, so yeah, like the gym, it just brings out like a little special sense of satisfaction when you see someone go from like maybe not so good habits to just fucking plowing through it no matter what, and just like a freaky transformation. And I was talking to Martin, who was downstairs, so one of your clients, Martin,
Yeah.
and I was like, because he's like shaved off his beard, and I was like, bro, you look like a 13-year-old child. Like, where is this like really like boyish face come from? Maybe 30 is a bit of an exaggeration, but like you look like a 20-year-old again. Like you look incredible, and that's just in his face. And it's insane. Like, do you know Shrek 2 where Shrek turns into a man? That's what Martin looks like. I feel like that's what Martin's gonna look like. It's
You
just,
said he looked like Shrek beforehand.
no, not at all. No, he looks like the Shrek when Shrek turns into a human. When Shrek turns into a human,
Yeah, I get you.
and
I get, I get.
your donkey, he's gonna be riding you.
Hey, bro. Hey. But dude, it makes everything you say carry weight, doesn't it? It makes everything you say carry weight. Like I always think if someone has done something with their body like that, and do you know what? The most admirable people, I would say even more admirable than me, you standing on stage, someone like Martin, he's gone from like 300 plus pounds and he's already lost like 40. He's still got a long way to go. But if someone who is 300 plus pounds loses that and gets lean, right? That is more admirable than I would even say me and you doing it because they've had such a bigger distance to travel. But equally, when those people do it, right, and they follow through with it, I know if I was to ever ask Martin to do something, right, to like paint, decorate, whatever, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll do it." I'm there like, "He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it, dude." Like that guy, I have no doubt he's gonna do it. I'm gonna do it well. Yeah, I know you will. Like, yeah, I just know you will because everything you do, you seem to just commit to. There's no half measures. So it's like again, when someone loses a lot of weight, if you're on your journey now and you lose a lot of weight, just understand that if you do it and people see you, not only the visual benefits of like, let's cut the bullshit out. People will just be naturally more attracted to you. Yeah, they like people will just want to be around you more because you just will look good, and they just like that. People just are visual people. That's why art is such a big thing. Um, but at the same time, it's kind of like I don't know, like you will naturally carry more weight with your words. You just will. Like you just when you say you're gonna do something, people will go, he's gonna do it, she's gonna do it. Um, you just will naturally have more of a sense of respect in friendship groups. So ultimately, just fucking do it, because again, a body transformation may seem like, I know a lot of people, generally these are people that just can't fucking do it themselves. Oh, your body isn't important, like, it's not about how you look. And it's like, how you look is a byproduct of your life choices. Yeah, is your body is basically telling people what you do. So if you are not in shape, and I'm not saying you have to be muscular, super shredded, or anything like that, if you can't at least just take care of yourself, your body is telling other people without you saying anything that you don't really prioritize your health, and you can't spend that time. Whereas if someone is just healthy and doesn't have like reddish skin and like, a beer belly that is not healthy anyway. And I really fucking hate that people try and glamorize it as like, look, if that's your body, it's your body. No, if you've got a lot of visceral fat, you are going to die early, period. Like, that is going to happen. So, yeah, the visual side of things may not be pleasing. You could allow that to happen. You could tell someone that it's okay, but ultimately it's not okay. Yeah, they've got a lot of visceral fat around their liver and their kidneys, which is putting pressure on those. And if you want those people to live long, healthy lives because you like them as individuals, you have to tell them how it is, right? Because if you want them to be around in their 70s or 80s, you got to fucking tell them. But anyway, ultimately, your body is what tells people how you hold yourself and what principles you stand for. So get in the gym, look after your body, and you can walk into a room and your body will say the first 5 words without you even saying anything. And then you follow that up with something of quality, and you are nice as a person, and that just sort of backs your physique. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, actions speak louder than words, and that's a saying that has been going around for some time. And like you mentioned, it carries like loads of weight,
Yeah.
because it just proves that you can just go forward with stuff and just get stuff done and get past all that uncomfortableness and that shitty, horrible feeling and just do it. Just get it done. And
Yeah,
what's
man.
more admirable than that? What's more admirable than that?
And even more admirable if you've come a distance to be able to get to that. Like, I've currently got clients like Martin who are 300 plus pounds. They've already lost 40. I admire the fuck out of that guy. Yeah, like, I'm not like, dude, like, seeing what you're doing is so impressive, and so I wish there are certain people in my family that I wish could encompass the same things that you are encompass, of like, I'm unhappy, I'm gonna change it. Yeah, like, that's so cool. And I just, honestly, it's just admiration when he checks in. He's another £2 lighter. I'm like, oh my god, dude, we're approaching like the £50 mark, right? And I'm just like, it's so incredible to see. So yeah, if you're on your journey, stick with it, because you'll just get that same response from people that are close to you. Like, wow, oh my god, I can't believe you're doing this. It's so impressive, and it's just nice, yeah. And especially if you've got a family, like if you've got kids, your kids are going to be so inspired by you if you are making the choice to change your life, right? If they can see you getting healthy, going out, going to the gym, walking more, what do you think the byproduct of that is going to be for them? They're going to be like, wow, all of these things that we're doing together right now is making my mum, my dad look better. I want to do those things too. And naturally, they're more active. And one of the biggest obesity problems that we've got nowadays is with kids being inactive, because, and I hate to say it, but that's because most of the parents are inactive too. Desk jobs, and they just want to sit down and watch Netflix, have 4 to 5 beers, and literally normalize the shit out of that every single evening. And it's like, okay, you're fucking inhaling a poison, you're not doing anything active, and you're normalizing this, so your kids are going to inevitably start to do the same. And for for me, it's like, if I was ever to have kids, I want my kids to see me exercising, then see me out with other parents, and with them being able to be active, be able to lift them up and chuck them around. My dad's so strong because he does this. And then as they become teenagers, they'll be like, well, I want to be like my dad. So I'll go to the gym, I'll actively do sports, I'll do things that proactively help my body. That's what you should be like, right? And even if you don't have kids, even just for your friends, even for people that care about you, yeah.
Yeah, 100%, man. Literally couldn't have said that any better, like at all.
Mhm.
Yeah, couldn't have said it any better, mate.
So we're gonna. Sorry, what are you gonna say, bro? What are you gonna say? Oh
Oh,
shit! I thought I cut you off.
yeah.
So we're gonna probably call that there, guys. Hopefully, it got you motivated. to get in the gym and to get going with your journey and with your week. Just remember that every week of graph that you put in gives you one step closer to the end goal, and that goal will be here before you know it. Time passes so fucking quick. Honestly, Jake competed like 2 years ago. I feel like it was yesterday. I still remember driving down to Birmingham to watch him compete, and I was stressed out to fuck. But that feels like it was yesterday. It doesn't feel that long ago, but that's 2 years ago. And if time passes that fast, just think how fast the next 2 years is going to pass, and ultimately where you're going to be in 2 years is dictated by your choices right now and what you do. So get the fuck up, get your stuff in your bag, get to work. If it's with your business and you want a promotion, time passes anyway. Get up, get to work, make sure you do all of your shit and then some, and then you will end up inevitably, as an outcome, you will end up being there. So just get on with it. Yeah. And we're doing it. We're encapsulating it now. We're sat in a podcast. Jake has already taken 2 group PT sessions this morning. I've already been to the gym and done admin work. We're all here. We're all doing it. And ultimately, you can join in and join us with that. And you can join us with this journey of just self-betterment, or you can stay behind. But you can watch everybody else do it, or you can actually be part of it.
Wow, that was powerful. That's good, man. That's good. Yeah, just do it. Just get up, get through that shitty feeling, get past it. Feel 10 times better on the other side, and just get it done. Get started today. Keep going.
And guys, if you've got any questions or anything like that, feel free to just pop them across on WhatsApp, leave a comment on this video, drop us a DM. Always happy to help, aren't we, Jake? We're always there, ready to go. So if you need any advice, even if you just want a bit of a pep talk, if you want me to tell you to stop being fucking lazy on a voice note, I've got some clients of mine that like literally have voice notes saved on their phone where they've literally come in and gone, Lewis, can you send me a voice note saying, get the fuck up, stop being so fucking lazy? And they just play it to themselves in the morning, which makes me feel kind of weird, to be fair, that it's the first thing in the morning they hear. Probably makes their partner feel quite weird as well, actually, considering. But at the same time, if it works, it works. Okay. So if you need any advice from us, just let us know. Okay. And we're always here to help. Anything you want to say before we go, Jake?
Get started. Get to work.
Jake's going to inhale about 4 different coffees now so he can actually be present in the room with us.
I mean, like my eyes are they're close to being shut. Coffee will be consumed.
Yeah, but we're not going to let them shut, are we, mate? We're going to crack on. We're going to get work done.
Of course we are, like we always do.
Good. Otherwise, I'll give you a big shake over there from the other side of the table. All right, guys, have a lovely rest of your day. If you need anything, just drop us a message, okay? Much love.
Much love, people.